Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Real Estate Experience. My name is Michael Suh, and I'm your host of now your brand new favorite real estate podcast called The Real Estate Experience. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the show. I created this podcast because I wanted to answer the questions that a lot of people I found in my experience have been asking over and over again. And these are basic, simple questions about real estate and the real estate industry, from buyer to seller to investor to possible real estate agent. We're going to cover all of that on this podcast. This is not a coaching podcast. I'm not telling how other agents how to get leads or get deals done. Um, Nothing like that. I'm a rookie. This is my rookie year of being an agent. Just to give you a little background, I was in the restaurant business before this. Now, currently, I am a full-time real estate agent. This is what I do for a job. And my first year, my rookie year currently, this is May of 2024. I believe I got my license in the summer, June or July of 2023. I don't quite remember. But it's been a great year. I joined the Keller Williams organization. They have been terrific in terms of coaching, in terms of guiding me through the process of getting my license, going through the MLS, covering all facets from paperwork to talking with potential clients. And I've had a great time. And then one-on-one coaching as well. And so I've learned a lot. And I started doing a lot of cold calling. I started doing a lot of door knocking and networking. And when I spoke with people, buyers or sellers, I've noticed that they've generally asked the same basic questions, right? How do I know that you're the right agent for me? Right? Why do you deserve this commission? Right? I could do this on my own. Right? If you're selling your house, I want this much. Why can't I ask for this much? Don't you think it's worth this much? Right? Exactly. What do you do? Everything's on Zillow. Everything's on Redfin, Realtor.com. I can find anything there. Why do I need your help? Right? Basic questions that I think a lot of people do ask, and not just, why do we need an agent, but how do I go about buying my first house? Do I qualify for FHA? I never bought a house. Do I qualify for FHA? What kind of income do I need to have? Should I get pre-approved? Do I find a house first and then hope that I get pre-approved for that amount? Or do I get pre-approved first by a bank or a lender and then go searching for a house? These are questions that not only your real estate agents should help you with, but this podcast will. All right. This podcast is really going to help you understand the basic foundation of buying and selling a home. Right. Also, on top of that, real estate investors, flippers. I know a lot of people start watching HGTV. They see other stuff on YouTube, and these guys are flipping houses in 6 weeks and clearing 100 grand, no problem. Is it real? To some degree, maybe, but let's be honest, it's still TV. So I'm going to have guests on here that are professional flippers. People have been doing it for years, and I'm going to get the lowdown on them and find out what exactly is reality compared to what you see on TV. Is it that clear cut where you buy a house at a low price, put up some drywall, put up some fresh paint, new kitchen, new bathroom, no problem, done in 4 weeks, and then you sell it for top dollar? Is it that simple, really? We're going to ask. We're going to find out, and I'm going to find out for you. Those investing, what's the best approach if I want to start going into multi-units and investing in multi-units? What's the best approach? I want income producing properties. What do I look for? How do I develop? What's a cap rate? What does that mean? All these kind of basic questions for the beginners are what this podcast is going to be talking about. Okay. Like I said, give you a little background of myself. Rookie year right now for me being a real estate agent. Prior to this, I was in the restaurant industry, owned and operated restaurants in Philadelphia and Newark, Delaware for 10 plus years. Best career that I've ever had. I've enjoyed it. Long hours, yes. Dealing with customers, disgruntled customers for whatever reason, yes. However, it was still worth it. I always tell people I'd rather work 6-7 days a week, 12-hour days in a restaurant that I own and operate, as opposed to working 40 hours in a cubicle 5 days a week. That's just me. I'm not knocking those people that can do that. We need people like that, but we need other people like that as well. So, but not to get into that, but that's my background. That's what I used to do. So I have some sort of knowledge with customer service. I've also invested in real estate properties way back in the day. I bought my first multi-unit building 20 years ago. I currently live in one and rent the other three. I have a 2-bedroom condo also in the city of Philadelphia. I used to have a commercial building, 3-story commercial building that I recently sold about 5 years. And one of the future guests I'm going to have on the show, who happens to be my former best friend from kindergarten, who's got me into the real estate business and became an agent, who also works for Keller Williams. He's going to be a guest on the show, and he's going to discuss what you need to know as a seller when you're picking the right agent and how to list a house properly. Right? We're going to go over all that stuff. Also, I just thought of it. We're going to have I'm going to get a guest on here who's going to talk about staging. Right? I've noticed a lot of houses that are for sale are generally empty. There's no furniture. Either the people moved out, or it was a rental unit and they moved out, and now they just don't want to sell it. They want to sell it. They don't want to rent it out anymore. How important is staging? If you're selling by owner and you're selling by yourself and you live there and you have all your furniture, what's the best way that you can arrange the furniture or organize everything so that it looks more appealing to the buyer, right? You don't want a messy house, right? But I'm sure there are certain tricks that we can do to kind of enhance the look of the house, make the bedroom feel bigger, make the living room or the kitchen feel bigger, make it more spacious. Things of like the small little details like that can really make or break a deal sometimes. We're going to go over on this podcast. So I'm very excited for this. I can't wait. Like I said, this is I'm looking forward to this chapter of my life. So in order for me to do this, I have to learn more about it, right? And what better way to learn about it is to ask questions. Because I'm a believer in the fact that, and I've said this many times, I don't believe in I don't think there's no such thing pretty much as saying there's a stupid question. That's a stupid question, right? It only becomes stupid when you ask the same question over and over and over again. But if you're asking the question for the first time in your life and you genuinely don't know the answer, that is not a stupid question. No matter how generic or obvious you might think people might think the answer is, or might know the answer and think, oh my God, that's an easy question. But for that person, it wasn't, right? And a lot of people I feel might be intimidated or shy to ask certain questions, thinking that they might be judged. This is a judgment-free podcast. If you have any questions, I would love to hear. I don't care what kind of questions they are. If they're legitimate questions dealing with the real estate industry, I would love to hear, and I will ask that question on a future podcast. I'll get a guest to explain that question. If it's a big enough topic to discuss, explain that question on a podcast episode. Again, basic premise is to answer those basic, simple questions that all of you might have when it comes to buying or selling your home or investing in your home. And also, if you're thinking about becoming a real estate agent, what if you want to, after high school or college, you're not sure what you want to do. You're not sure if college is the right fit. You're not sure if working in an office is the right fit. Maybe real estate is something that you're interested in, that's something to pursue. What to look for. I'm going to have real estate agents on here talking about that. What else? We're going to talk about just about everything. And like I said, if you have any topics or suggestions of what you want to talk about or what you want to learn more about, please let me know. DM me. You're going to see all my socials on the bio, but the Real Estate Experience on Instagram, the SUG Group LLC, which is my real estate page on Instagram, Facebook, my name, Michael Suh. You'll see me on Instagram, on Facebook, as well as this podcast on Spotify, Google, Apple, every other platform that you can listen to Spotify, and then also on YouTube. Go check me out on that as well. And again, leave me a comment, leave me a DM, something give me some feedback. If you don't like the podcast, just tell me. I would love to know what I can do to improve. Are these questions too sophisticated? Are the answers too much, too hard to understand? Should I dumb it down for everybody? Whatever I need to do, you let me know. And I'm going to try to cater to you guys, because you guys are the ones that are going to be making the deals. So I'm excited. Like I said, I'm excited. This is going to be fun times. Let's see. What else do I need to cover? Also, this is a big one too. And I think this is going to be very important. And I'm interviewing this gentleman soon, like within a week, to talk about this, because I think this is very important. And that's this whole NAR lawsuit. All right. What is it? How did we get here? What does it mean? How is it impacting the buyer, the seller, and the agent? All right. Now, this topic is important to everyone, not just the buyer and seller, but to everyone, because this is brand new. This lawsuit just got kind of finalized almost recently this year, sometime this year. Talking with people, talking with potential sellers and buyers, I've noticed that they are under from what I understand, what this whole NAR lawsuit is. there's a lot of misinformed people. Let's just say this. There's a lot of misinformed people out there when it comes to this lawsuit. And I'm going to have my broker on record at my Keller Williams office come on and talk about exactly what does this lawsuit mean? Because I've heard this many a times. Oh, I heard in July they're going to settle everything and it's going to be finalized by the judge and the commissions are going to be cut in half or commissions are going to be gone altogether. Not necessarily true. And I'm not going to get into it now because I'm not the expert. I do know facts, but I want the expert to come in here and tell us exactly what this is. So he's going to be on here. I'm looking forward to that. So stay tuned for that. But yeah, like I said, if you have any questions, let me know. I'm excited to do this. I think that this is going to be a cool concept, and I'm looking forward to it. And I would love your support, love your follow, love your comments, good and bad too. Like I say, good and bad. If you have something that you want to talk about, you hate the sound of my voice, you don't like the sound of look at my face, you want me to wear a mask next time because I'm killing you with my face, let me know. I'll do it. I'll do it. For the sake of the business, I'll do it. Okay. So thank you very much. Thank you very much for everybody for tuning in for the first episode. I do appreciate it. And I hope this is a success. And I'm looking forward to it. I'm going to work really hard to get the best guests on here as possible. And just stay tuned and follow and hit the notification buttons, the like button, smash this, smash that, whatever you want. But I'm here for you. I promise. And I'm not going to go anywhere. And we're in it for the long haul. I got to make a living. I still have to make it. I got a dog to support. And she just got diagnosed with diabetes and she needs gallbladder surgery. So yeah, those I looked into it. Those they are not cheap. Those procedures are not cheap. So I need to sell some houses as well. I need to find some houses for buyers as well. So we're all in this together. Okay. So thank you very much for everybody for being on here. And I'm looking forward to it, man. Have a good one. Enjoy the rest of your day.